So we're here with pilot Nick. Nick, what you flying there, man?
I'm flying the 5-inch version of the Minion.
5-inch Minion?
Around 220 motor to motor.
Excellent.
I'm also flying some Rotor Geek 20 amps with some extra added on heat sinks.
Oh, you added the heat sinks yourself?
Yeah, I just got some copper shims, like what normally is used on a laptop.
Okay.
And put a little thermal pad in between and slap that on top.
Excellent.
Stays nice and cool.
Yeah, I heard these Rotor Geeks get a little bit warm, right? They do get a bit hot. Right?
Not as hot as the Kiss, but this just keeps them in the safe zone no matter how hard I push them.
Yep. So what got you into this, man? What made you start flying FPV?
FPV, well, I've been into RC stuff since I was young.
Really, what kind of stuff was it?
Well, building robots and cars and planes and stuff like that. I was the president of the science club in high school, so we did lots of building projects. Okay. So we were always making things. So I just always been interested. I dabble with helicopters a little bit, but
so like. But this is a nice medium, right?
Yeah. When multi-week came along, I jumped on it and tried playing around with it. And back then it was just, can you get something to fly? Yeah, I guess. And now it's how fast can you go? Yeah, I guess. I mean, and that's why we're here, right? Yeah, I mean, that's why we're doing this. Really excellent stuff, and thank you. And I hope this Maker Faire will be a good one for us. Big time. Yeah, I think it will be. So, thanks, Nick. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, man. So we're out here at the Atlanta Maker Faire doing our preparation event, and we're here with Charles. And Charles, what you flying there, man?
I am flying an XE-180.
XE-180.
So it is from Elite Drones. They're based out of Singapore. They're not quite as popular, but I like their kind of H design.
It looks cool. It looks cool. I like these. What kind of props are those?
I am using HQ 4x45.
4x45s. Okay. And they come like that? I mean, that's from the factory like that?
Yep, they come bullnose.
We nearly got hit by a quad there. Shouldn't be on the course, but okay, yeah, and they come like that?
Yep.
And what motors do you have on there?
DYS 1806 2300 kV.
Those are good performing motors, man. Those are strong. Everybody loves those little motors. As the quad again goes by. So what got you into this, man? How did you end up doing this?
Yeah, so I started off on a little single propeller helicopter when I broke my leg.
Oh, okay.
And I eventually ended up buying a couple store-bought ones, and I ended up wanting something more powerful, so I made my own.
You made, yep, I mean, that's the way to go, right?
That's kind of how I started.
Yeah, and I mean, where do you see the sport going in the future? What do you think is the future for this?
I think it's going to be a pretty big spectator sport, both on the internet and in person, once it actually does pick up some. I mean, the drone nationals have been getting a lot of attention, and also the Canadian drone nationals.
Yes. So
I definitely feel like it's going to pick up a lot more and get a lot more.
You think it's going places? Excellent. And the Maker Faire, you think of this? What do you think about the course?
It's fun. It's going to be a fast course. It's going to be a really fast course.
It's really fast. There's
some good obstacles and there are some nice turns. So it'll be fast. I think everyone will like it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for talking to us, man.
Have a good one.
Thank you. So we're here with Joel, aka Stickman, and we're at the drone event for the Maker Faire. Yeah. That's the Maker Faire, right? Yeah. That's and we're just in the preliminary test phase of it to see how it goes, and do some course layout and that kind of stuff. So, Joe, what are you flying over here?
This is a ZMR 250 full carbon. Got the PCB board, DYS 20 Sunny Sky motors.
And that's a 2204 Sunny Sky.
2204 2300s.
Okay.
50/40 props, works pretty good.
Excellent.
Fly 3S or 4S.
Excellent.
Fat Shark on there.
I like it. What's this thing on top here?
That's the what is he calling it? A tog?
Pug or something. Pug. That's
this is
it. Yep.
Infrared LED system.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And there's a gate. When you fly under that gate, with the stripes on it, it registers. I was flying a while ago and it was hitting
Okay.
just about every lap, and get a lap counter system.
Oh, okay.
So he can.
So that's what it's for.
Yeah,
lap
it's
counter.
working pretty good. Just plug it into your receiver, give it 5 volts.
Yep.
And that's got it kind of temporarily strapped on there because you
Cool.
can change them around.
Cool. That's neat.
Yep.
So where did you get the name Stickman from?
Oh, I had a battery building company for RC. It was started about 10 years ago.
Really?
For about 6 to 8 years, I was selling batteries. I was on amainhobbies.com and my own website and everything. It's kind of
Okay.
died down because of LiPos. It was mainly nickel metal packs.
Okay.
I still run them in my RC cars and in my radio for this.
So you've been on RC for quite some
I've
time.
been in, yeah, for about 12 to 13 years.
Wow.
Racing RC cars. I got into quads, say 2 years ago.
Really?
Mainly for aerial photography. I have a big aerial photography rig, and then I, got conned into getting these little ones and starting racing.
And you haven't looked back since, right?
No, it's much fun, man. FPV is addictive.
It sure is. It sure is. So what do you think the future of this holds? Where do you think this is going in the future?
Well,
Do you see a future for it?
I do, with guys like Todd, and he's creating these clubs and he's getting these events and he's making it front and center. There's people and there's investors in this stuff. So I see it growing and becoming, maybe as big as RC cars, and you get nation circuits, and you get leagues across the nation, and then they would come up with a club, and then they get their top 5 from that club, go on to nationals, and you have these big national events and world
That can
events.
work. That can work.
There's definitely a future in it, I think, and it's a lot of fun, and it's slightly cheaper than RC cars.
You think it is?
It is, yeah. Having done both, you can dedicate to just one quad, and you could definitely come in a little bit cheaper than an RC car, because this thing here with all this outfitted on it is under 400.
Really?
For everything. You got
and RC cars are more expensive than that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
My e-buggy that I just got that I'm running right now is about a $1,200 machine.
Wow.
So you could have 2 of these running for
for the price of one of those.
They're pretty durable too, so this quad's been wrecked, 60, 70 times.
Yeah, I know mine for sure. I've done at least that.
Yeah.
So excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for talking to us, Joel,
Thank you,
aka
Bill.
Stickman.
All right.
And let's go Maker Faire. This is going to be one great event.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
So we're here with Nick Willett. And what do you have a name you fly under, your alias?
I just go by Willard most of the time.
Willett, okay, cool. What you flying there today, man?
So this is my Minion from Pat's Mini H Quads.
Okay.
So I'm running a Cobra 2204 2030 kV motors with the new Rotor Geeks 20 BSCs.
Okay.
Naze 32, PZ0420.
Okay.
Testing out GemFan 5045 bullnose props.
Yeah, I see these are those new thicker props, right?
Yeah.
How do you like them?
I love them actually. They're really smooth. They are. They're not as aggressive as, say, the HQ prop 5045 bullnose, but they're definitely more aggressive than the HQ 5040s.
They certainly have a lot of blade space there.
Yeah, they have a lot of surface area on them.
Surface
area,
great. That's the word, yeah.
But yeah, they're
cool.
definitely, I definitely like them a lot more than some of the other bullnoses out there. It's a lot smoother, less amp draw, so I get more flight times out of them. But
excellent.
They're nice, and they're actually really strong. I probably only broken 4 or 5 of these in the last 3 months.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I mean, I've been watching you fly at the speed you fly. That is pretty amazing, but you don't crash that often, so.
Yeah, well, even when I do, I mean, most of the times if I'm not slamming into a really, really hard object, if I land upright, almost all the time I can just take right back off and continue the race.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Oh, I'm just watching that quad come for us, but
yeah.
Somebody just hit the ground over there. And that's hard ground over there. So,
yeah.
Nick, tell me, how did you get into this? I mean, how did you get into?
So I started off my senior year of high school. I did an internship at the University of Kentucky at a UAV lab there, and so they were building full-scale UAVs, and everything was had a sort of RC hint to it, and so we had a lot of standard RC gear there, and I kind of got into making model aircraft, doing fixed wing, just standard line of sight flying.
Okay.
And then that was beginning of summer of last year.
Okay.
And then around Christmas time this year, I saw people racing these mini quads.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then once I saw they're doing like the FPV, like with the camera on the front and the goggles, I was like, at that point, the second I saw that, I was like, I gotta do that.
You're sold. You know.
Yeah, so
you're
I
done.
started off around March of this year.
Okay.
I got my first mini quad and flew that around, and I was hooked.
Okay.
Day one.
Excellent. I see you flying nays also there.
Yeah, I got
like everybody.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I think I've been hearing a lot of good things about the Seriously Dodo.
Okay.
So I wanted.
Yeah, that's a good. I've seen it around.
So I'm thinking about swapping everything to that, and also I've heard the new craze recently is getting rid of the D4R receiver and switching to the S-Bus.
Oh, I haven't even done that. Okay.
I think I'm gonna try that as well. You know.
Excellent. Excellent.
Anything to get the performance gains.
Great, great. So, what do you think about the sport in the future? Do you think there's a future for it? Do you think this is going somewhere?
I think it's definitely going somewhere. I mean, I go to Georgia Tech, and when I fly on campus there, every single time I go out, there is always a line of people coming to ask me, oh, what are you doing? What is that? And every single person is always very interested in it.
Excellent.
And so I think it's going to catch a lot of people's attention. And I think it's going to go really far.
Excellent stuff, man. Thank you, Nick. Do a good job. This Maker Faire is going to be fun, man.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, we're out here at the Maker Faire test event where we're testing out the Maker Faire, Atlanta Maker Faire grounds, and where we're going to have a race. And we're here with Lionel. Lionel, do you have a name, a special name or an alias when you fly?
I'm commonly referred to as the Junkyard Messiah from Team Silicon Divinity.
There you go.
Basically, the entire purpose of the kind of things that I do is be able to go the cheapest route.
Okay. You like the absolute cheapest.
Well, the thing is that you can go cheap and still have a very competitive racer, and a lot of people think that they have to spend a whole lot of money, and they don't have to.
They don't have to, yep.
Okay, your base racer right here, like this one is really...
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you flying there? Is that...
Well, basically what we have here is an X-frame from Hobby King, which is the diatone frame.
Oh.
They're generally about $10 a piece.
That's it?
A fairly rugged frame. It's a plastic frame, not a carbon fiber frame. But because of that, it's $10 a piece.
Yep.
I'm running the DYS ESCs that I've modified with heat sinks on them, so they can take a lot more abuse, the kind of things I'm putting in them.
Okay.
Basically some Joe Gennaro motors. They ran $30 for the entire set.
Wow.
And I have a CC3D, which was $16, which I flashed over to Clean Flight.
Okay.
And I'm going the lightest route possible.
So and how much does that total setup? How much does it?
Total setup with the VTX and everything was $180.
Wow, that's not bad. And does that include the FPV?
Includes the camera, everything.
Wow, that is pretty neat. That is pretty cheap.
So what you end up with is a very competitive flyer. It's very, very fast, but it's also very, very light, and that's one of the reasons why I went this way.
Yeah.
Is that going light means you can go a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Thrust to weight ratio is what matters. Acceleration is what matters, especially on a very technical course.
I guess. Yep.
And because I'm so much lighter, my quad totally all up weight with batteries 390 grams.
Wow, that is pretty light. That is very light in actual fact.
This is a 250 class unit. My antennas were...
Yeah, they usually come in at about 500, right?
They're coming in, they start at 500 and they go all the way up to 1 kilogram.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, a lot of people are building their quads to carry things like GoPro cameras and that sort of thing.
Yes, yes. And this obviously is not made for that.
This is not made for it. This is made to do one thing and do it well, and that is racing.
Excellent.
So again, we're doing with an aerodynamic shell, which also means that when it lands on its roof, stuff doesn't get broke.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Also means that it absorbs all the impact. And if it's a severe impact, it'll actually detach. So it takes that initial hit, and acts as the bumper for the hit, and it survives. So, again, we're going with a super light design.
Okay.
But there is a downside to a super light design. It is not as easy to fly. It is probably one of the hardest quads to fly.
Really? Why is that?
Because you have such a high thrust to weight ratio, and you also have the fact that most quads that are much heavier carry a lot of momentum into the turns.
Yes.
And they use that momentum to turn and then bring it back.
Yes.
For me, it is all power all the way around.
I understand. I understand.
I have to constantly keep this thing in the air. Now, powering it through, in my opinion, in the end, once I get, and I keep working on it, keep working on these little flip turns, it's going to give me a really great pass turn to get around the flags and that sort of thing.
Excellent.
I think that eventually all quads are going to be really, really light. They're going to be aerodynamic. They're going to be very, very rugged in the sense that because they're so light, I'm not carrying as much mass.
Yeah, and so the accidents or when it does crash,
when they happen, I don't take as much of an impact.
Then I wanted to ask, how did you get into this?
I think I got into it pretty much the same way as a lot of other people got into it, which is we saw the videos that were on YouTube and that sort of thing, and we went, well, that's it. Okay. And then sort of the engineer, because I'm an engineer, electronics, and I do some mechanical engineering. I build creatures and stuff for low-budget movies and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And animatronics. So this was just a natural fit. I was also on BattleBots at one time, so again, I was immediately plugged into this when I
I mean, it's just a natural fit, right?
It was a natural fit. So, and now I'm just sort of taking it to a whole new level. I'm designing new hardware and testing new things.
Yeah, I mean, Lionel, just for everybody, you know, he's the orchestrator of our gate system, our gate tracking system over here, doing awesome work with that. That is just really amazing. Lionel, and you know, what do you see this in the future? Do you see the sport going somewhere in the future?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where it is so exciting. You have all the crashes that attract a lot of people, but you have this, you know, very first-person, visceral. You're connected with it, and you also have the other part of it where you have all these different ideas about the design, the implementation of the quads, the equipment. And all of, you know, it's a clearinghouse for ideas.
Yes.
So you can build these things and do some really amazing stuff with them.
And you think it's, you know...
It's just going to keep continuing to grow leaps and bounds. We're going to have leagues on TV. It'll be on ESPN.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
And thank you very much.